Let's talk pressure. Let's talk Darnold. Seahawks quarterback getting ready for Super Bowl 60. What a journey. What one of the best turnaround stories, perhaps, in modern sports quarterbacking for sure. You want to throw Daniel Jones' name on the list too, but let's be honest, he's not playing in the Super Bowl in a week plus, and Sam Darnold is. And Darnold was a punchline. 2021, when he was traded to Carolina after 3 disastrous seasons with the Jets. No one really thought much of it. Jets got a few draft picks. Zach Wilson was the next man up. That was a disaster. Carolina was going through a Matt Rule experience where when Darnold was traded to Carolina, it was Rule was the coach, and then in his second year, Rule was fired 5 games in, and Darnold was hurt both seasons. So those first 5 years for Darnold were, his rookie deal, and it was rocky. Then he gets the reprieve. He signs a 1-year, $4.5 million deal with the San Francisco 49ers. Very modest by quarterbacking terms. And learns from the guru, the quarterback whisperer, Kyle Shanahan, who I don't know, exactly how much Sam learned that year and how much of his success now is because of that one season with Shanahan. But I do know that it's when he linked up with Clint Kubiak, who was the passing game coordinator at the time for San Francisco, and now is the offensive coordinator, probably going to be the next Raiders head coach soon, with Seattle. So I definitely think the seeds were planted in San Francisco. Then, of course, he goes to Minnesota on another modest 1-year, $10 million deal, and they have a great regular season. Playoffs didn't go so well, but he definitely did enough to be the jewel of this quarterback free agent class. And John Schneider, master salesman, gets rid of Geno and DK. Metcalf signs Darnold to a pretty big deal, 3 years, $100 million. Elevates JSN to wide receiver 1, and Mike McDonald, right, trying to become the first head coach in NFL history to be the guy who's calling the defensive signals, winning the Super Bowl. It's never happened before. Even Belichick. Even Chuck Noll, even Tom Landry didn't call the defensive signals when they were head coaching Super Bowl winners. So everything's just kind of come together for Sam. And it's obvious that he's handled this moment very well. He looks mature, he looks calm, he looks composed. And the pressure isn't getting to him as much as it's gotten to him in prior years. And that's the key here of this film study. It's all about pressure. And when I watch Darnold, every quarterback gets impacted by pressure, and I think he will have his moments. Just like Josh Allen fumbles it away in the first half against the Broncos, every great quarterback will have their moments where they look like bad quarterbacks. But on average, Sam is handling the pressure much better, and he had his most big-time throws of any year under pressure. So I think this is a guy that is learning how to play the position. He's not even 30 years old yet, and he is clearly showing that. When you turn on the tape. Because against the Rams in the NFC Championship game, 3 touchdowns, all of them under pressure. Let's take a look at them. So first one here. So the Seahawks are going to, they're going to motion, right, here's JSN at the bottom of the screen. They're going to motion him across, and they're going to set up this trips formation. You're going to see this trips formation a lot for Seattle, not only throughout the course of this game, but I'm assuming it's something that you're going to see a lot of against the Patriots, right? They like to put JSN in the slot. He's almost in the backfield here. I mean, look how far back he is off the line of scrimmage. But they like to put him a little bit later in the film study. You'll see a play where he's in the slot, closer to the line of scrimmage. But here he's off the line of scrimmage. And the way the Rams played it in this game is they kind of set it up with this diamond formation, right? They had 4 over 3. And essentially, it's kind of like a zone where this linebacker will take this spot, this safety corner will take this flat area. You got this corner that's going to go deep, and then this corner is going to patrol everything kind of deep middle, and that's how they're going to kind of play this 4 over 3. Well, really good job by Shaheed. Maybe you can say a bad job by this corner up top, but Shaheed's going to run this post route here. And both of these corners, are one safety, one quarter, both are going to get sucked into this post route, and it's going to allow JSN to eventually sneak wide open on this sail. The problem is Jared Verse beats Charles Cross right around the edge. And Sam's got pressure in his face basically right from the jump. And he's got to hang in there until the absolute last moment, until Verse is basically right up in his face to deliver this football. When he does, he's going to have a nice open window to throw it to because, again, you've got two defensive backs chasing one Seahawks receiver there over the middle. But Sam does a good job hanging in the pocket, delivering a nice throw to JSN. And it's a touchdown for the Seahawks. You'll see it much better here from the tight, just how much pressure Verse puts. I mean, he beats Cross. This is why Verse is, one of the best. That's a nice swim move to the outside, and he puts it right on Cross. But Darnold hangs in there and delivers a nice football under pressure. All right, next play. So in the red zone again, here we're going to come out in 12 personnel, right? 2 tight ends. You've also got a running back in the backfield. All these guys are going to block. So you've got 5 offensive linemen, 2 tight ends, and a running back. That's 8 blockers you've got, max protect. 1 quarterback, right, plus 2 receivers. That makes 11. So you've only got 2 receivers in this formation. And the Rams are going to be rushing 6, right? You've got a bare front. You've got 5 defensive linemen here. And then you've got also, I believe that's Emmanuel Forbes. So you've got 6. That's Emmanuel Forbes is going to give you a little corner pressure look here off the edge. You got 6 guys blitzing, rushing the passer, and you've got 8 blockers to stop it. So you feel like that counts pretty good for Seattle. But here's the problem. If your count is good on that end, that means you've got 5 players here in the secondary guarding 2 receivers for the Seahawks. So that counts obviously pretty poor. To me, that means it's going to take a while for one of these guys to get open. Eventually, you're going to get some pressure here from up the middle. Darnold, though, hangs in there until the absolute last moment. Like, look how close Darnold is to getting hit right here. And Jake Bobo isn't even out of his route yet. So Sam has to hang in there to the absolute last moment. He is staring down the barrel of the gun until you have faced a 300-pound man screaming at your face like that. You really don't know what it feels like. I don't know what it feels like, but I can imagine it's pretty scary. But Sam hangs in there to the absolute last moment and puts a really nice ball into a relatively tight window. Again, the coverage here is good. I think the linebackers probably should have dropped a little bit more, but the coverage here is good on Bobo. And he just makes a nice move to the inside, and Sam puts it right where it has to be. I mean, this is a really tight throw. You'll see it much better here from this angle. .91 up the middle, got great pressure. I mean, that's a really tight throw. And look, he is making it. That ball is getting released as 91's right up in his grill. And Bobo makes a nice catch. All right, here we are later in the game. There's that trips formation again. How are the Rams going to play it? Well, they're going to give you the 4x3. It's kind of an inverted diamond here, right? Because now, remember, JSN was all the way back here last time. So this guy was a little bit closer to here, into the middle of the field. Now that JSN is right on the line of scrimmage, you're getting a little bit more of a traditional trips look. That linebacker's playing up, but you still have this kind of diamond set, right, where this linebacker is going to patrol the middle, flat, deep, third, deep middle. And you're going to see JSN kind of suck in both linebackers right over the middle. And that's going to allow Cooper Kupp to kind of drift here into an open pocket of space. Shaheed is going to take this corner out of the play. Nice route by Cooper Kupp. Gets inside and makes the play. The pressure here is going to come, only a 4-man rush here, but the pressure here is going to come from basically, all around Sam. And you just see him just hang right in the pocket, keeps his mechanics, keeps his really strong base, right? As he's delivering the football, he's stacked still on his back foot. So even though he's got dudes all around his feet in a very muddy pocket, he is still able to keep relatively good mechanics and deliver a strong football into an open window, and Cooper Kupp does the rest for a touchdown. You can see his mechanics a little bit better here from the tight. Like, when he delivers this ball, he has people all around his feet. He maybe has just a few inches of space to actually step into this throw. But I mean, look how tight that pocket is. That is, and at one point does he not, look to escape or drop his eyes? I mean, his eyes are downfield the whole time. He's going through his progressions, looking this side first and then coming back to Cooper Kupp's side, seeing that window's open, and then delivering a strong football, despite the fact that he has bodies all around him. And Cooper Kupp makes a nice play to get into the end zone. So I think the Darnold narrative has to end, guys. Like, I think at this point, we just have to say that this guy has matured to a level where the seeing ghosts punchline is obviously a thing of the past. Even if he doesn't play well in this game, I think he has done enough throughout the course of the last 2 years to prove that he is, a borderline top 10 quarterback in this league. And I hope he doesn't have some kind of flukishly hellish play that defines him in the Super Bowl. He has earned, through his journey, through his overcoming of the adversity that he faced, he has earned this championship. Like, the Seahawks are the better team. They are the better roster. It's going to take some kind of flub or mistake or, some kind of odd play to kind of bounce against Seattle's way for them not to win this game. I think if Seattle just comes out and plays the game that they've played in this postseason, for sure, if they play to the level that they played against the Rams on offense, I think they're going to score a lot of points in this game. They're going to be able to solve New England's defense, who hasn't really been tested yet in this postseason, hasn't played a game in good conditions. And struggles to defend at the linebacker level. And I think that's where the play action for Sam is going to be effective in this game. And I think he's going to play well. And I think Seattle is going to be the Super Bowl champs. And the Jets are going to have another Super Bowl champion quarterback that didn't play for them. Because that's just the way it goes, right? Congrats to Sam. It is cool to see him. I think that's one of my favorite stories in sports, is the overcoming of adversity. Everyone can relate to it. And he was definitely down and out in those years after the Carolina situation with Matt Rule. Like, even when he was backing up Brock Purdy in 2023, I remember he got that one start in the last game of the year against the Rams. Meaningless game, both teams resting starters. It was him versus Carson Wentz. And it's ironic that game was in Santa Clara, and he lost that game to Carson Wentz. I forget the final score, but I know they lost that game. And now looking back on it, going back to Santa Clara, I wonder if people, when he was walking off that field, it was January of 2024, before he signed with the Vikings. I wonder if anyone thought that he would be back in Santa Clara 2 years later playing in the Super Bowl as the starting quarterback. Just a remarkable turnaround from top 5 draft pick to bust to purgatory to redemption, and now really a chance to cement himself in football immortality. I mean, this would be just a remarkable turnaround if he is able to win the Super Bowl and play to this level, considering where things were. So hope you enjoyed the film study. Don't forget, click like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. We'll see you next time.